Hey there, welcome to another episode of Sensibly Cynical. Today's guest is Poltergeist OD. He is a guy that raps about horror movies. He is blowing up. He does amazing work. Please check him out. I had him on Insta Live not too long ago. Awesome turnout, great conversation. So here is my chat with Poltergeist OD, the guy who raps about horror movies. Poltergeist, what's up, man?
What up?
Yeah, dude. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Interesting stuff you got. How'd you get started in horrorcore, man?
It's not like a fantastic story. It's basically like, my homie's an OD, like Razorwire, Nick Obscene. We met a long time ago in high school. I was always a metalhead. I grew up playing guitar and shit like that. I wasn't really into rap, and they were already into it, so they were rapping. We would hang out in Matt's garage, and they would just like freestyle, spit writtens and stuff like that over beats. And yeah, man, like I was just drunk one night, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna start doing this. And they were like, this is dope, so I just kept doing it. And yeah, man, like the horror movie stuff just kind of naturally flowed into my lyrics eventually, just like being such a horror fan. It's, you rap what you know, I suppose, and I pretty much only know about shitty horror movies.
Yeah, man. So when was this? When did you start going?
This was like back in 2011. I think 2012 was our first show ever.
Yeah, so
yeah, we've just been doing it ever since.
I saw that, you do the classics, Leatherface, Michael Myers. I think I saw one about Michael Myers. What's your favorite horror movie of all time? I know it's a loaded question right off the gate.
It depends on like what mood I'm in, but if I'm in like the mood for a serious horror movie, the Maniac remake in 2012 with Elijah Wood, one of the best movies ever made in any genre. In the Mouth of Madness with Sam Neill, Lovecraftian, fucking awesome movie. And my other favorite, like if I'm in a silly mood, like I like horror comedies a lot, so like one of my favorite movies ever is called Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
So you wanted to do this, right? Was this before kind of the social media age? Were you handing out stuff like, hey, check this stuff out? Or was it like posting videos on YouTube already?
Well, we just started going to parties and rapping. Like people would just put on beats. It would just be me, Matt, Nick sitting in a room rapping, freestyling, spitting writtens and stuff. Yeah. We recorded a few songs, sent them out, put them out on like SoundCloud and stuff like that. We started doing shows. We never really hit the YouTube circuit, but we never really
I know what you mean.
Yeah, until a few years ago when I started like editing and making lyric videos and stuff like that. But it was mostly like just parties and live shows for us for the first few years. Yeah, man. So where are you from originally? I'm originally from Newfoundland,
Nice.
Carbonear, Newfoundland. I moved to Alberta when I was like 14, so I've been here for a while. I'm 30 now.
What was it about? I assume Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the inspiration behind Leatherface. So what is it about that movie that you liked? Was it just the craziness?
It was requested a lot. I basically, I started out because these guys who were already fans of mine asked me to do the Michael Myers song for a documentary that didn't end up getting made. But I put it out anyway, and it got such a positive response. So I was like, what's next? And one of my favorites is Pumpkinhead, so I did that one. And people just request them now, and I just take down, I have an app in my phone where I do a tally of what people have been recommending.
Yeah.
And, Leatherface was like one of the most recommended.
Right.
The next one that I'm going to put out is the next most recommended, which is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Hey, man, I got a guy who I follow here on Instagram. I've had him on the podcast twice. He does Jason masks. So if you need a legit Jason mask, hit me up. And I can.
All right, I got two. I got one signed by Kane Hodder.
Nice.
The other one signed by Ari Lehman.
Oh, man. We talked about, I saw one video, and I saw actually two videos I wanted to ask you about. Like the video. So do you have a videographer with you, or how does the setup? Because I saw two videos, Protein and I think The Horror, and they had the same what's that, choreography, I guess, with the video shaking. So do you have someone that helps you out, or is it just like you give it to your buddy and was like, hey, just shoot it like that,
No, that's my girl Alex. She the whole shaky cam wavy type thing, I just like that in videos. So I'm just like, do that. Make it
whatever you did, do it again.
I like fast paced, shaky, like you don't know what's going on, disorienting, like Sam Raimi's camera work, where it's always at a quirky angle. It's always moving in a weird way. I just like stuff like that. So
yeah, man. talk about the grind, man. Like, how long did it take to get noticed? What was the first song that really got your name out there?
It was Michael. People just like really responded well to it. It basically, like, I owe what I do now, like rapping about horror movies and doing those types of lyric videos, like I owe it all to that song specifically, just because it was like the first time I ever rapped like that from the perspective of a horror movie villain. And I just fell in love with the writing process in general. I just love doing it.
Michael Myers, dude, that's great shit. Freddy vs. Jason, I love all those, man. I saw that you did you do a video about Chucky?
Yeah.
How'd that one? How'd you, like, what was it about Chucky that you liked?
Well, Chucky, like, Child's Play was one of the first horror movies I ever saw growing up. Like, I saw Stephen King's It when I was 6 years old. I saw Aliens, then I saw Child's Play. So it was like an early kind of just something I fell in love with as a kid. So it only felt right to do that one early. Like, I still have to do a Jason one. I'm working on a Freddy one.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hit the major guys first and then start delving more further into the underground.
Right. Well, I can't be remiss if we don't talk about this Goosebumps video, man. 7.9K. What the hell, dude? That's bothering, bro. Like, the books. Everyone knows the books, you know, R.L. Stine and stuff. So, what? I'm guessing you read a lot of them? I'm guessing.
Man, we're probably going to do a third Goosebumps track. There's so many Goosebumps books, and I'm still a huge fan. Like, I still collect the books, and I still watch the show on YouTube and stuff. So, and yeah, we hit the first one, we hit the second one, and there's still so many left that we might do a third one.
Like, what drew you to it? Be like, all right, I got to do that. That's what's going to do it on YouTube.
Well, I mean, originally we just wanted to do a Goosebumps song.
Right, anyway, just because, yeah.
But we were trying to figure out, like, how we're going to do it, who gets to mention what, who gets to reference what. So we wrote down all the original titles from, like, the first series on pieces of paper, put it into a bag, and we all just drew titles out of a bag, and we each got, I think, 15 or something to work with, and we were like, okay, this is how we'll write our verses.
Yeah. So you say we, so how, is there like a group of you, a team? Talk about that.
Yeah, Obscene Division is myself, Razorwire, Nick Obscene, and Nemadian. We're all Alberta, and we're all horrorcore rappers. We just...
high school buddies, college buddies, drunk buddies, all of above?
Well, yeah, pretty much. Nemadian's the newest member. He joined us a year or two ago. He was just like a fan of us locally and hit me up for a feature, and then asked about getting a Nick Obscene feature, and I was like, well, I mean, we all like your style, we like your drive, why don't you just join Obscene Division? And yeah, he was stoked, so yeah, we got a fourth member now.
So do you have someone that helps you, like, promote, like, social media, or do you just run the whole thing? Or talk about that, because you have quite a following, as we can see here.
That's just me grinding, man.
Yeah, I was just like, how'd this guy, like, take such a, I wouldn't say simple concept, but I mean, this rap about this. Yeah. I'm like, horrorcore. I didn't know anything about that until I did some research. I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense, but you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know there was some guy from Canada balling, like, off of it, you know? like, killing it, man.
I mean, like, everybody knows about, like Tech 9, ICP, Eminem,
right. I mean,
and like horrorcore has been around for a long time, and it has hit the mainstream kind of. But like the fact that it's a whole genre out there, and there's rappers that specifically do that style.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That was something that I was new to. That's kind of the reason I fell in love with rap. Once I found out that there's dudes who just rap about brutal shit, I was like, okay, this is like me being a metalhead.
You're like, all right, yeah, there's more to white people rapping than just Eminem.
Yeah, I get compared to Eminem every day.
Eminem's my guy, bro.
Oh, it's like Eminem.
Yeah, man. So we talked about, let's see, what else you want to talk about? So how long you said you've been doing this for a while. When did you really like start getting into the Spotify game? I know you're verified, like, you know, money is a little rough on it sometimes. You know, they take a hit off it, right?
Yeah, I made a DistroKid account about 2-3 years ago, maybe, and put it, like they do everything for you. You upload the song, you upload the artwork, where you're from, this and that, and they just put it all into the stores. And I get maybe like $46 a year off of Spotify.
Yeah, I hear it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think I pay about $20 a year or something to have the account up. So I'm making about $20.
Well, you're making more than I do on the. You're making more than I do on this podcast, but if that makes you feel better, but.
Just the fact that like around Christmas time every year I can just go like, oh, I need a bit of extra cash. Let's check and see if
let's check how we're doing.
Yeah, hit the Dollarama.
Advertise. Do you do advertising on like social, like Instagram and stuff? Like you dabble in advertising?
I try to, but just because my content is so adult oriented.
Right. Nowadays you have to put like labels and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking about like I've recently thought about making a TikTok and just like rapping verses for the like onto my phone or whatever, and just censoring it and putting that up and trying to get people to like drive people that way into my YouTube channel.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about some musical influences. What's the first artist that you remember listening to as a kid that you were like, all right, that guy or girl, it doesn't matter, is awesome?
I mean, like, for rap, it was definitely Eminem, D12, 50 Cent, those guys. Like, high school for me was, like, if you didn't listen to those artists, you're a loser.
I'm a big 50 guy.
Yeah, man. So after that, it was, like, Brother Lynch Hung, Tech Nine, Chimo Ski. Mm-hmm. So, like, the more underground, brutal, hardcore type rap I fell in love with. And
tell me some fun stories you got, man. I know you said you got a group and you're grinding there in Canada. Give me a fun story if you don't mind. It can be about anything you want.
Well, I just posted about this earlier today. I just did a music festival called Intersect Art Music Festival in High Prairie, Alberta. And the DJ, who I'm like, thank God I happen to be familiar with, like we're friends. So like I went to him, handed him my thumb drive with my beats on it. Turns out I gave him the wrong thumb drive, and it had an old set with like 3 seasons I downloaded of Mr. Bean on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's looking at me. He's like, I don't know what to tell you. And I'm like, okay, I think I remember some of these songs. So I start out rapping, and the first few songs go well. And then this Mars Attack song I did called Ack comes on, and I haven't practiced that in years, or at least a year. So I like screw up halfway through. I laugh it off, and then I do a cappella for like 4 or 5 minutes. I go back into a song, I screw that up, I do another minute and a half of acapella. I just like one thing I did learn doing that is that like you can screw up, but if you admit that you screwed up and you're only human and you just get right back into it and you show them that you have the drive to entertain them there, like that's all that matters really.
Mm-hmm. How's the pandemic changed like your strategy?
I've basically just been laying low, stacking up songs. I have about 6 ready to go. I've just been working on my videos and everything like that. Mm-hmm. I want to do this series where I break down like me watching a movie.
Oh yeah,
for the first time or whatever.
That's a big thing, man. Sports is doing that too. The watch along thing. Yeah. That's in now.
Just like a process video, me breaking down exactly everything I do from watching the movie to getting the song up on YouTube.
That's cool, man.
30 people might be interested, but hell
the
yeah,
8.
Man, those 30
8.
people.
We have 8. 8 are on live, including Rising Emu. All right, I like that person. So how did you, so what's the Poltergeist OD? Like, I was wondering about that. Like, what's OD stand for, if you don't mind me asking?
OD stands for Obscene Division.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought. But like, when you said Obscene Division, I was like, I just wanted to verify. All right.
This was a recent change in my name. Like, I always just kind of went as Poltergeist, but everybody, like, kind of had a problem finding me online, because if you just Google Poltergeist, or if you look up Poltergeist on Spotify, YouTube, you'll just find the movie and the movie soundtrack and this and that. So I just decided, I think, what was it, like 3 months ago, I was like, fuck it, I'm Poltergeist OD now.
You could go by the OD OG. OD.
Yo, this guy last night on another podcast called me POD.
What's your current, like, are you just into the current music or what? Like, what's your current jam?
To be honest with you, I don't really listen to rap a whole lot anymore. Like I said, like I grew up a metalhead, so like lately I've been listening to deathcore. Like I've been listening to a lot of Whitechapel, Lorna Shore, Within Destruction is dope. Just like the brutal like pig squeals and gutturals and stuff like that. I love anything that like your parents would hate.
What was it like growing up in Canada, Alberta, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I grew up in Newfoundland.
Yeah. But what was it like growing up there? Like small town?
I mean, like, my whole family's musical, so when I was like 9 years old, I got a guitar. My dad and my grandpa both taught me how to play. My sister plays keyboard and sings, so like I was just born into a musical family right away. I mean, like, we didn't grow up well off, so I didn't, you know, have as much as everybody else. But my parents, fucking best people in the world, man. I couldn't ask for better parents. Like, they support everything I do. Dude, I'm a horrorcore rapper, and they're still like, hell yeah, whatever you want to do. This is awesome.
Do they
100% behind me.
Even the explicit stuff, they're all down, just whatever. Yeah. Go for it.
They get it. I mean, like, in Newfoundland, we're kind of known for being rowdy drunks, so they kind of just get it, right?
Well, I saw the video of you drinking Canadian whiskey, so I was like, yeah, this is my like type of guy, you know. You got fan mail, like, so you do videos on just reading stuff.
Yeah, man, I never ever thought that I would get to a point where people sent me fan mail, but man, does that feel good when you like this girl in Switzerland sent me drawings of my cats. And just that alone, I was like, wow, like, you're listening to me over there? Like, not even the fact that they're listening to me, that they're a fan, but that they're willing to go out of their way to send me something to, like, make my day, right? Like, that's fucking beautiful.
When was all this success? Was it, like, immediate, or was it something that's the last couple of years?
It's definitely been, like, the last 2 years people have been paying attention more. And I think it's just because, like, I've just been more adamant on being online a lot. Get a lot of DMs, so I try to answer them as quickly as possible. I'm trying to do stories every day. It's hard, man, when you're trying to live your life and do the social media thing at the same time. Try to, like, keep up an image. Like, I'm just a regular dude who likes to get drunk and watch movies, right? Like, I don't want to be like, hey, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like, I don't want to be that personality. Like,
hey, man.
Follow me and shit, but, like,
hey, man,
I'm not going to beg you.
Hey, I'm 34 and I still bro down, man. Bro down's for life, bro.
Hell yeah.
No, man, this has been great, bro. I appreciate your time, man. You were like, hell yeah, dude. I messaged you and you were like, hell yeah, man, down for whatever, you know? So I appreciate this.
I'm always down, man. Like, the community's great. Like, the horror community here on Instagram, I find, is better than everywhere. Although, there is an app called Slasher. It's like social media just for horror fans. The Slasher app. Y'all should download it. It's fucking great.
Do you guys all have, I know we were talking about your group and everything, like, does everyone bring their own sense of style, or has it always been, like, just from the start, like, everyone clicks?
Well, we're all very different rappers. Like, we're basically the same guy. We all just like to hang out, drink, and rap. I'm more of like a punchline rapper. Nick is more like emotional, lyrical, deep kind of thought type shit. Matt is just brutal shit all the time, which I'm so down for. and Nemadian is our newest member, and he's just got this style about him where it's like a little bit of all of it, you know? Like, he's clever, he's silly, he's serious, and it's great, man.
You have a lot of stuff on YouTube. How long does the process take? Is it like real quick? Because I hear a lot, at least recently, people have ideas and then it's a quick process. Is that the same for you? Like, you'll have an idea for a movie and it'll be like go, 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 or does it take like time?
It's usually months, man.
Really?
Like, the Pumpkinhead song I did, every line in the song rhymes with Pumpkinhead, and I really wanted to make sure that was the point I was making with that song. So it took me months and months of just like thinking about rhymes, words, early near rhymes. Like, it kind of sounds like toboggan sled doesn't rhyme with Pumpkinhead, but if you say it quick enough, it kind of does. And just like racking my brain about that, and then like once the song's recorded, I get it mixed and mastered. So that could take up to like a week, right, depending on how busy the mastering guy is. And then the lyric videos themselves, I have to watch all the movies again and then cut together all the footage of every piece that I referenced. And then it's a huge process, man. Sometimes it might take me like 6 months to even complete a song.
Do you ever get like perform in front of like a legit like crowd, or you get like a bunch of people just like into it?
Oh yeah. Like, we do shows all the time around here. I've opened for like Tech9, Swollen members, and everything like that. Like, I have this song called Yes By, because in Newfoundland they have a phrase, like, instead of saying like, oh, right on, man, they say yes by. So I have this song where that's the hook. It's just yes by, and just over and over, and the crowd loves it. I haven't even released it. I don't even know if I will release it. I just keep that as like a little live tidbit that I do just for like crowd, right?
Yeah. Are you guys pranksters?
Oh yeah. I mean, we don't like, not traditionally like prank each other. We just like shit on each other all the time.
Oh,
like,
so it's like,
hang out, I
Just
feel
like
you're not best friends until you can argue about everything.
So it's really just something happens and you just drill the topic. Yeah, I got it.
We try to take it too far. That's like the point of Obscene Division is to be as brutal.
Let's just talk about the same thing until it pisses them off.
Exactly. Yo, Invectrum just joined us. Shout out, buddy. You're a fucking amazing rapper.
Oh yeah? Oh shit. Okay. Shout out to Invectrum. Thanks for
Invectrum.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. So what do you see like your future? Are you looking to get more mainstream? Are you liking where you're at organically with an audience? What's the future?
My music is never going to change. I'm always going to be doing what I'm doing. But what I've really been thinking about and planning for is I want to hit the con circuit. Like I want to hit all the Comic Cons and horror cons and just buy tables, promote my music, say, hey, if you like horror movies, check this out, right? Like hand them a business card, stuff like that. Like I want to get bigger, but I don't want to get to a point where people are telling me to change my music because I'm fucking not going to.
Yeah. It's to the point where it's like, what's the saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. So, you know. You know.
I mean, I could probably sell out, write some shitty repetitive song or hook or whatever and go that route. I can't bring myself to do it, man. Like if I'm not completely proud of a lyric now, I won't write it down. Even songs from like 6 years ago, from like my first album, I can't even listen to them now because I think they're just like bad and corny. And I've just developed my lyrical ability since then. The reason that stuff is up is because people tell me don't take it down. I'm like, no, I still listen to that. I'm like, okay, fine.
What's the biggest crowd that you've performed in front of?
I'm not even sure. I want to say around 250. It was Tech Nine and Chris Calico from Kansas City. They were touring.
Oh, okay.
And I was one of the openers.
So how did you even get the opportunity? You knew somebody and they were like, hey, you mind opening for us?
Yeah, one of my old high school friends, his name is J Reds. Well, his name is Justin, but he goes by J Reds.
Stage names, of course.
He kind of just got me into it. I basically owe my live performance career here in Edmonton to him. Because, like, he just believed in me. He knew that I had the drive, the hustle. I have a lot of friends around that are willing to come support. So, like, he just puts me on. He just calls me up. He called me up a few weeks ago and asked me if I wanted to do a Snack the Ripper show, but I was heading to Calgary to do the Calgary Expo or whatever, the comic expo they were doing.
Yeah, so
he just, like, calls me up every now and then and says, hey, do you want to do this show?
How often do you perform?
I mean, non-pandemic wise.
Well, okay, sorry. Yeah. What's that?
4 to 6 a year.
Oh,
40. I try to do some big ones and some small ones because I really like small shows where there's only like 20, 30 people and I can just get into the crowd and get in everybody's face and everything like that. I just love the personal feeling of being in a small room, you know?
I've asked the same question to a lot of artists and I'm getting varied responses, so I'm liking the question. It's the same question I ask all the artists. What's your opinion of auto-tune?
I mean, if you can hit notes, auto-tune is a good tool to use. But if you can't sing, auto-tune isn't going to work for you, and it's going to go the chromatic route, and it's going to sound like shit. So, like, guys like T-Pain, they can actually sing, and they can actually hit these notes, and they're doing it really well. But the auto-tune is like a tool that helps them get there. I have nothing against it. I don't use it personally, but guys who rely on it is what, you know, that's where it becomes.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to it, you know?
No, yeah. I feel like we grew up in the same, like, era. I grew up around T-Pain. Like, his I'm in Love with the Stripper was my 18th birthday theme song. Like, strip clubs and stuff.
Nice.
Do you remember that song? I don't know if you remember, big T-Pain guy, but I'm in love with the stripper. Yeah, that was T-Pain was big back then, man. He was.
Oh yeah, I think he just put out a new album. Didn't he?
Yeah, we were talking about Newfoundland and everything. Like sports-wise, man, are you big sports guys? Like, what'd you do for fun, like outside of rapping and stuff?
I'm not a sports guy at all.
No?
Like I used to play a little basketball. I had a basketball scholarship actually when I was a kid, but I never took it. Yeah, man, I got into music at a pretty young age, so I just like wanted to focus on that. I've always wanted to do music somehow. I just never thought it would be rap.
Right. So did you go to school for any like directing or anything? Like, did you nothing? You just said, all right.
I just learned it all on YouTube, man. Once I realized how expensive expensive it was to make videos and to make lyric videos and stuff, I was just like, you know what, I could just take a couple months and just learn this myself. I'm not the best, but like, I mean, I get it done.
You have any ideas for future songs?
Yeah, man, I got that Killer Clowns from Outer Space one that I'm working on right now. After that one, I'm going to be doing. You ever see the movie Frighteners with Michael J. Fox?
No. But I'm trying to get back into like the horror film. I know I want to see that Candyman or whatever it's called, but no, I haven't.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's like late '90s Michael J. Fox horror comedy. It's lesser known, but it's one of my favorites. So this is like one of those ones where I'm kind of just doing it for me. Yeah,
it's like yeah, we'll just do it for me, and that's a lot of them, right? Is whatever makes you happy, because you have to have that drive. Once you lose that drive, right?
Like I got a Freddy one that I'm working on right now. It's almost done. Yeah, and that's one that like I feel like I had to put a little bit more time into. Like I've been working on this one for almost a year.
Really?
Writing the lyrics alone. And it's just because Freddy's such a big one. It's almost like Michael Myers, Chucky. Like I got to put more time into it and make it for the fans, right? Like if you're a hardcore Freddy fan, you might get some of these lines, but if you're not, you might not get some. And that's kind of why I started doing those breakdown videos. Right.
The latest Paranormal Activity is coming out. So are you into those things or nah?
Like the found footage ones?
Yeah, like this. This is like the 6th Paranormal Activity or some shit.
You know what? I'm down with Paranormal Activity. Down with Blair Witch.
Dude, this looks like blood. This looks like blood juice. I just noticed that with this thing, with this filter.
Weird. What are you drinking right now?
No, it's just Yingling. Shout out to Yingling. No, but I have a Red Room filter on.
Okay.
And the beer just makes it look like I'm drinking blood. Wow.
That's horrorcore.
No, feel free to use that as a GIF. You know. No, man. But back to your answers. So you're into stuff like that?
Yeah, man. The Poughkeepsie tapes is one of my favorite found footage movies. I like the Cloverfield movies a lot. There's one called Troll Hunter that was awesome. I don't even remember where it's from. Finland, maybe, but yeah, that was a great movie. I like found footage ones. I know a lot of people hate on them and they find them disorienting or whatever, but I find that disorienting camera work attractive somehow. I don't know. I like it.
It's like, you ever seen The Visit?
The Visit. Is that a newer one?
It's like 2000. I don't know. Whenever my last ex-girlfriend broke up with me, so I gotta think about the last one that broke up with me. The last of many. She was like the 4th girl that broke up with me. When was that? It was like 2017. Number 4, that was her. No, The Visit.
It was the 4th era.
No, but in all seriousness, no, it's the one where the kids go to visit the grandparents, but in reality, the grandparents are just some like evil people that want to kill them.
Okay, I wrote it down. I'm gonna check it out.
I mean, it's not like highly acclaimed or anything, but it's, you know, it's good.
I don't need highly acclaimed. I'm down with bad movies.
It's funny. My dad won't watch a movie unless it gets like a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes.
See, if it has 70% or more on Rotten Tomatoes, chances are I probably won't like it. Like if critics are like, wow, this is a major success, I'm like, it's probably crap.
Before we wrap up here, like, what's the most fun project that you've done? What's something that you wish you could repeat 100 times?
We did a video with Obscene Division called Knock Knock, where we went to an abandoned house in the middle of winter in Alberta. It was freezing, and we were all like, nah, we'll tough it out. So we treaded through the snow to this old abandoned beat down house, and we just beat the shit out of this place, and we went wild in it. We were throwing stuff at each other. It was such a fun day. It was like excruciating because of the cold, but it was just such a fun day, and I would do it a million times over.
Yeah. Well, Poltergeist, I really, really appreciate your time this evening.
Thank you for having me on. I just saw somebody say the Wishmaster series. That might be fucking worth it to do, actually. You
said you started like before kind of the social media. What's changed recently with the process than it was when you first started? Like, what's the biggest things that's changed? Whether the process on releasing stuff or whatever, what's the biggest change and challenge?
Staying active. Because, like, I'm gonna have a busy week and then take another week and just sit around and watch movies and order pizza and do nothing, right? Not even look at my phone. So like that's a hard attitude to get away from, because like you constantly have to be posting every day. You have to do stories.
I know, man. Social media is crazy. Like,
you almost have to like fake your life.
You know, because like the old adage, any publicity is good publicity, but nowadays it's any follower is a good follower.
I mean, nowadays, if you're not like a 14-year-old girl on TikTok or hurting yourself publicly, nobody's paying attention to you, right? So like for artists, like for somebody like me who puts fucking months and months of work into one song, and I end up with like 700 views on YouTube over the year, it's like, it's kind of disappointing, but at the same time I love doing it and I'll never stop.
Yeah.
It sucks that like, because I'm not out there every day doing these stupid dances on TikTok, I'm not, you know.
All right, man, well, where can people find your stuff? I mean, you're like the legendary Poltergeist, so, you know.
Just look up Poltergeist OD on any platform. I'm on Spotify, Deezer, iTunes, anywhere where you can stream music, really.
Yeah, I think it was Invectrum that said you're the Poltergeist OG. So that too.
Hell yeah. That's my dude.
What's your social media handles?
Poltergeist_OD on the Slasher app and Instagram. I've been canceled on Facebook, so I have yet to
forget about that.
For that. So yeah, Poltergeist_OD, Instagram Slasher app, and anywhere else like Spotify, YouTube, and stuff, just Poltergeist space OD.
Thank you so much for your time. It's been awesome, and let's keep in contact, all right, man?
Yeah, man, hit me up. We'll talk about that podcast.
Yeah, man, no doubt. All right, bro. And thanks everyone for joining. I really appreciate it. And
thank you guys.
Adios. That was the great Poltergeist OD. Awesome interview. All right, it's time for the results of this week's Instagram trivia question. In 2000, what rock band released this album that featured a prominent insect on the cover? It was Papa Roach with their album Infest. And we had a couple winners. Fiorennis, once again, I am excited to have him on. Coming up soon, there will be a Sensibly Cynical Halloween special. More news to come on that. Also, the Spicy Boss Lady, that's her Instagram handle. She got it right. She was the first one. You can follow her, twitch.tv/Spicy Boss Lady. And you can follow us on Instagram at Sensibly Cynical Pod, Twitter at Cynical Sensibly, and you can check out our Facebook group. Please subscribe to Sensibly Cynical wherever you get your podcasts. Reviews would be great as well. And that's it for this episode of Sensibly Cynical. Take care, guys. Peace.